Christians must remember that in this world there are two economic markets at play. There's a spiritual economic market and a physical one also. The spiritual controls and drives the physical market, and so if we want a productive market out there, and we do, then we need to make sure that the market in here is fruitful and working smoothly. In any society, there's going to be an exchange of goods and services, which makes an economic market. This is how God created the world. What I want to highlight here is that the currency of the Christian market is love. Love with a backbone. Love fortified by God's law. You've heard it before, but you cannot have free markets without free men. Truly free men are only those who have been redeemed by Christ. This market should be bountiful, it should bring joy to the participants, and it should serve both the producer and the consumer. Our word economics comes from two Greek words, oikos, meaning household, and nomos, meaning law, household law. So you take a household, take a Christian household, and you have a mother and father who are devoted to Christ. They are loved by him, they're secure in him. They in turn pour out that love on the heads of their children. The children grow up and take that household law, which is a law of love, out into the world. And then what? Well, you cannot buy bread with love and good looks. No, you see, while this currency of love is at work in the family, it works through means that the Lord provides to mankind. The father works with his hands and produces something. Say he frames a house. He has just served another family by sheltering them from the elements. He's loving them. That family is satisfied with his work, and so they give him something in return, which shows their gratitude. We usually call this a paycheck. And then he takes that paycheck home, and his wife, in the best sense of the phrase, chops it into little pieces. In the best sense of the phrase. A new mattress here for the children, a new fridge there to store food to feed the family. Perhaps she invests it for the future. All the while, the children are observing this so that they know when they leave the house, they are going to participate in this economy of love. They will do so with joy in their hearts, they will do so with liberty, and they will in turn serve others. This kind of economy is God's household law. The world belongs to God. The earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. This is his house. He walks in the midst of this house, and he superintends all of the markets at play. He is most pleased when families and when any society is loving him first and their neighbors second. The other thing that ought to be said here is that while we are citizens in this world, the Apostle Paul also calls us citizens of heaven. Philippians 3:20 through 21. The KJV renders citizenship as conversation. Our conversation is in the heavenlies. Both can convey the same meaning, though. As we go out into this world, our job is to bring the taste of heaven and of life to a world that tastes everything as bland. The job of the heavenly citizen that tastes the most from heaven's stores is to open up the cupboards wide so that others might join in as well. So how is your economy of love doing this morning? Has it broken down? Do you see the effects of it breaking down? Do you get frustrated with your wife and kids? Then confess that sin and repent. Do you get frustrated, or do you nag your husband and yell at him, yell at the kids? Then confess that and repent. How about your employer-employee relationships? Are there any hardships there? Then again, I tell you, confess that and repent. Jesus is our only hope in this world. He's our only hope of peace and order. And so I urge you now to make it right with him first here. And once you have that forgiveness from him, go out into the world and make it right.